Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Chris. He's the mindset coach of Rise Up. So if you join our program every single Wednesday evening, 8:30, you will spend a whole hour just tapping into your mind, trying to optimize everything, trying to bring out the best in you. So Chris, what sort of mindset typically when someone joins us, what sort of mindset are they in?
It's not really even typically, mate. It's pretty much always, except for one or two, very few people, always in a fixed, what we call a fixed mindset, or a stuck mindset specifically, isn't it? Stuck.
Stuck man.
Stuck man.
Oh, okay.
Stuck man. Stuck man.
Doesn't have
stuck with
kids.
you.
Stick man.
Stick man.
Stuck man.
Stuck man.
Elaborate. What do you mean?
So a lot of people know that they want more from life. Most aren't willing. Most don't know what they want. Even fewer know how to go and get it, which kind of makes sense.
So they've picked the vehicle of rent to rent, and they're kind of going to go down.
What's the number one reason people tell you? I want to get into rent to rent because I want to
leave their job.
Be financially free.
Yeah, leave their jobs, live life on their own terms.
Yeah, but most people, when they don't really know what that looks like for them. They don't really know why.
I'll tell you what I kind of struggled with when I did eventually leave my job is you always feel like you need to be doing something to be earning the money you are. Hard mindset to wrap around, actually. It's like you don't have to be doing something to earn the money you're earning. This is kind of semi-passive.
And that's ultimately the fact that you don't have to do something all the time is ultimately why people go into it in the first place, no?
So what's someone's typical limiting beliefs around this kind of property entrepreneurship, you know?
I think people very much underestimate how much work it's going to be. It's made very easy online. It's made to look very easy online. It's made to look like everybody can do it. I think not knowing why you're doing it is a massive thing for people.
100%, yeah.
One of the first things that I do with all of your new mentees, with anybody I work with, is why are you here? Why are you doing this? What do you want from it? And it's to be really clear on that. Why did you do it?
No, why did I do it? Because, you know, we were about to have children. I had lots of time, even though I was still in a job, I still had lots of time. I was working on project cars, vintage jet skis. I always had projects. And I thought, why don't I put my spare time into something that is going to pay off in dividends in the future to benefit the family we're planning to have. So then I really kind of locked in. There's many strategies with property, isn't there? Lease options, BRR, flips, developments. Like it almost become a kind of like, where do I start? Do I join like an academy that teaches me all? But then you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and he's literally says it, and it's always stuck with me. The word focus, follow one course until successful. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't have the money for an academy anyway. Perfect. Let's just focus on one strategy. Took a couple of months really diving deep onto each one, thinking you still need a good budget for that. You need a good budget for that. In hindsight, looking back on it, no, you don't. But I chose rent to rent because it's like very low risk. You know, I chose HMO especially because it's very low risk. You can test demand before taking on and signing contracts. So you know you're going to be able to fill those rooms.
Yeah.
So when you do pay for the first month's rent and possibly a deposit, you've got tenants lined up ready to go.
You've mitigated all the risk.
That's why I chose it. And yeah, my reason why was we were having a baby. Huge reason why. I don't think it gets any stronger than children. Trying to give them a better life by giving yourself a better life. So always look after number one, so you can look after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
100%. Actually, people are very used to looking after everybody else but themselves, not really thinking about what they want or what they need.
So, Chris, do you think the market is saturated? And when a mentee joins, have they got that limiting belief as well?
It's busy. It's not saturated yet. It is busy. Don't believe it's saturated because I'm watching your mentees getting deals. We're still getting opportunities when we're looking.
Yeah.
If it was saturated, the opportunities wouldn't still be there. You wouldn't have mentees still smashing it out of the park week in, week out.
4 mentees secured deals last week. And people might think, yeah, right, but you take on loads of mentees. We don't. We take on about 4 a month.
Yeah, because it's got to be the right people as well.
The one-to-one support will drop as well. You know, if we become a conveyor belt mentorship, then the one-to-one support, I don't want to blow up. I just want mentees to get on that rent-to-rent ladder. You know, I know exactly how it feels.
Certainly when we're onboarding as well, one of the big things that attract people to Rise Up, isn't it, is that actually I've been with other mentorships and I just felt like a number. I felt like a bum on a seat. I felt like a
little bubble, a little square in a Zoom class.
In a Zoom call every month, every week,
where
whatever.
a virtual hand stays raised for an hour.
Yeah, and you never. And sometimes you don't even get the opportunity to speak in that.
It blows my mind.
You know.
Yeah.
And you've got a burning question.
You pay over 10 grand for that.
That burning question might be make or break for your business at that time, or if not for your business, for you.
I think it depends who you are. If you're a massive networker and you need to be surrounded by people to stay motivated, then fair play. But for me, it was just like, I want to become extremely focused. I need clear direction, clear steps, a very clear path. Give me the stuff to do. I don't need the network, even though I did create one and it was amazing, but I was just very like closed doors. Most people, when the Zooms close and, you know, they go to work, they come home, that they make themselves busy, and that's actually procrastination. Most people don't realise.
Funny, actually, a lot of people that I've spoken to today who are interested in coming in have said to me that I'm not ready yet because I've got my business, I've got my bank account, I've got my
I was never ready.
website.
I was never in a position to be ready.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had £3,000 to my name, and that all went to a mentor, and then I had zero money. And I said to myself, right, it might take me 3 months to get my first deal. At the time, I was saving hard. I was saving so hard. I was selling a lot of stuff as well. So I worked out I could save £1,000 a month. In 3 months' time, I'll have £3,000. And I thought that should take on my first deal. Fast forward 80 days, I'd secured 3 HMOs, 21 tenants. Nowhere near in a position to take on that deal, but you make it happen. If I said to you guys, like, here's a deal, it's going to cash flow £1,200 a month, HMO, right? Do you want it? You'd find a way to be able to buy that deal or take on that deal.
This is the thing as well, and when we speak about why do you want it, having that in your head is important because you are going to have to suffer. You're going to have to suffer to be successful. You were always willing to do whatever it took to get to what you wanted to achieve.
Yeah, I think once you understand if there's a gain to be had, then there's got to be a sacrifice.
Right, how much do you want it?
Yeah,
and this is a big thing people get stuck with because they think they want it, but they don't necessarily want it enough to go through the sacrifice.
It's almost like a nice to have, so they try it and then
I'll dip my
it doesn't
toe
really
in.
work out, and then they kind of blame it doesn't work.
I've made 5 calls, I've made 10 calls, everybody said no, I gave it a go.
And it's like, no,
it's not for me.
You didn't make it work. Every single one of my clients have one thing in common. They all want it so badly.
So bad.
So bad.
And the ones that succeed are willing to do whatever it takes to get there.
No quit.
Right.
Not just make 10 phone calls. Oh, it's not, you know, I haven't got a viewing. Fine, make 10 more.
And that's another thing I work with your mentees on is the resilience. It's the ability to keep going.
Yeah. I always say, you guys might, if you've been following my channel for a while, you work with the mentees, you see newbies come through and you see them get deals. At first, they are completely they're just giving it their all, trusting the process. But I know they've got the limiting belief. Why would a landlord ever accept a deal from me? So why do they? Because they've got very little money in the bank. They're a brand new business. Why would a landlord accept an offer from a new business?
There's a difference between the ones that get the deals and the ones that don't. The ones that get the deals are trying to help. They're trying to solve a problem for the landlord. The ones that don't get the deals need the properties. The ones that get the deals are trying to solve the problems for the agents or the landlords, doesn't matter which. But if you're going into this, it's sales, isn't it? If you're going into this, I'm trying to solve your problem, I'm trying to help you, and on the flip side of that, I get a property, I win, great, everybody wins, business is cool. If you're like, I need the property, I'm so desperate, I've made 3,000 calls and I haven't got a deal, and Kenny's waiting for me to get a deal, and Chris is waiting for me to get a deal, and the community's waiting for me to get a deal, I just need this deal, please give me a property. You know, it's desperation, isn't it? It's consistency, good communication, problem solving.
Yeah. And the right tactics.
The right pathway.
The way you present yourself, your branding, your website, your approach.
Branding is important, isn't it?
Tonality on the phone.
100%.
Tonality is everything. If you enter a phone call like, hi, I've seen this property on Rightmove, would the landlord accept a company let on this one? You can guarantee 11 times out of 10 they're going to shut you down. No, we don't do company let. And you won't even bother to handle that objection. You just be like, yeah, okay, thank you, and you hang up.
People sit there and they listen on Zoom to us for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, we drill it into the head, don't we?
Weekly. And the reason that if we were to sit there and just like deliver the information's still gold, you know? It's great. The information's quality information.
You guys are doing so well. Keep going.
People aren't going to sit there for an hour and listen to this, are they, you know? The reason people listen to us is because we're alive. People want to engage with us, and it's the same
old thing, isn't it? If you want to become an entrepreneur, you need advice and support from an entrepreneur.
100%.
You don't go to the gym and take advice from a very fat person. You just don't.
In terms of saturation, market saturation as well, you're teaching people we're teaching people how to get that edge, how to be unique, because for an agent, they might receive 200 calls a day. Do you do corporate lets? Do you do corporate lets? Do you do rent to rent? Do you do corporate lets? They've heard it again and again. They're sick of it. You need to be the person they want to work with. You need to be the person that stands out from all
how do you do that?
Like you say, tonality, the way you present yourself. your brand, handling the objections, the problem solving, listening to what the issue is, what their sticking point is, and being able to be the person in the room that is able to fix that problem for them.
Exactly that, folks. And yeah, it's repeating that and becoming sold on your business model way before you even get a deal, and doing it consistently. It doesn't need to rule your life. As long as you can dedicate 20 to 40 minutes per day to building this business, doesn't matter if it takes you 5, 6, 7 months to get your first deal. Don't ever quit. Like Adam, right, joined me last August, and it was slow. And he would openly admit he wasn't putting in 100% effort. I would say he would openly admit to probably 60% effort.
Yeah.
So it's taken him a little longer, and he's owned that, but he never thought he'd quit. He's just landed 3, possibly 4 deals, which are going to cash flow. This is in the last 2 weeks. It's suddenly just gone kaboom, like out of nowhere. As long as you're consistent, you're building relationships with agents and landlords, you show up, you take daily action, you're building your social media, you're sold on your business model, you see other mentees join after you, and then they get deals before you, it ignites a fire in your ass. And that's what Adam's done, and he's landed 4 deals. So any advice in terms of like mindset, Chris, for my viewers?
Yeah, stay with your jobs. You don't know what you don't know. We need to, as people, we need to be able to say, I haven't got this, but that's okay. I don't know, but that's okay. I might mess this up, but that's okay. Get over the fear of failing. That's one of the biggest sticking points, is people are so scared to pick up that phone.
People don't want to look stupid in front of their friends.
As I was reading the other day, like Jeff Bezos, Robert Kiyosaki, others.
KFC bloke, 65, you know, I think it was over 3,000 pitches before someone said yes.
Henry Hoover.
Tesla, the light bulb.
Henry Hoover. Edison.
Yeah.
Light bulb.
Yeah, 1,500 attempts before the first light bulb worked.
Right.
Like, everyone just kind of expects that, because social media is so, no one shares the failures.
Jimmy Carr said a little while ago, wasn't it? Everybody loves to look at the trophy cabinet. Nobody wants to look at the sweaty body in the gym.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see the effort that's gone into that trophy cabinet.
Yeah. Everybody wants a view from the top of the mountain. They don't want to climb.
They don't want to have a look halfway up.
So yeah, well.
Do you want a hug?
Do I want to go to the pub? Yeah, let's go to the pub.
Okay, that's better than I thought.